So we're actually going to go ahead and take a look at this whole concept of stand-up seats for airlines. Like you're not actually sitting down, but standing up in a plane in the air. So the airline, of course, can make some money, more money, off of you and you being uncomfortable. We're going to go ahead and take a look at a video. Let's get into it.
Space, enough space for a premium that at that point can be added. And on the rear, you can have these seats, Skyrider 2.0, allowing you to have, of course, instead of a full eco low-cost carrier, a three classes low-cost carrier.
And what has the interest from the airline companies been for Skyrider V 2.0?
The next step will be to have a full aircraft equipped with the seats. So at that point, you are able to increase a lot the number of passengers, and this means much more revenues for the airlines. So it's understandable why they interested.
So a success story 10 years in the making, maybe?
Yeah. We spent all this time, but was time well spent. Imagine that you can, at this point, keep a full aircraft for 40-45 minutes trip. Is like a bus,
So what's going on with that? I'm supposed to do like this weird kind of stand sit thing. And to me, I feel like that's going to be even more strenuous because the foot. So we got to take this out. So instead of it just being like instead of it being like a flat line and that's where your foot is actually at like a freaking angle going like this. Because like you saw that he had that kind of like step bar thing or whatever. So that's that. And this is your foot right here. So like your foot's like at an angle this whole time. And you're not even just, here like that. You're at like this weird kind of freaking angle here. He's like, oh yeah, it'll be like a bus. But this ain't a bus. Oh, it's like a train. This is not a train. Y'all charging these train tickets? Because that's what I'm kind of confused about. How much are these tickets going to be? Are they going to be $20? $30? I could pay $20 and I could go, I don't know, from California all the way over to Florida. How much? Because if you're going to be paying, if you're charging airline prices, I need to at least feel comfortable, just barely, because we already know the economy. We got issues, okay? Them economy seats are terrible. Absolutely terrible, okay? Those things are so, you're like this, but you're like this the whole time. You're like, you know what I mean? And then you're trying to sit down. And then you try to not touch the other person. And then you got your big bag, because I always bring my, you got people who can put this stuff up there. But I got my backpack. And I got my backpack. And I got to kind of like squeeze it between my legs and try to. Now you want me to stand up. And you saw there was barely any space. That guy, he was like this. It was like, yeah, this is perfect. We could maximize profits. You can't even move. So now you're not going to have the regular seat. Now you're going to be at this weird angle. And of course, it's a concept. This is what he's wanting. They said maybe in 2026, sometime next year, maybe. Okay. But this is the whole thing. It's so much greed, just capitalism. Why can't I just sit down? Then you're going to say, oh, well, if you're a person that got knee issues, your foot hurts, whatever. Me, okay, I'm the kind of person, I need to take my Dramamine, because if I do not get knocked out, I will more than likely be throwing up on everybody. Okay, I get extreme motion sickness. So for me, I can't be standing up. It would be like this, be strapped up, and I'd be like this. I'd be looking like a freaking mummy or something. Oh no. no. And then when it's time to eat, let's say you do have like a little snack or you get like some ginger ale or something like that. When it's time to have that, where you gonna put it? Oh well, here, let me. Yeah, and then have my trap. I wouldn't be flying on that. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Oh, if you want a real seat, because then that'll be the next marketing. Oh, well, if you don't want these economy, because what are these extra economy? If you don't want these extra economy seats, I mean, you could just pay for the 5 hour flight $700. I mean, that's perfectly reasonable, right? Or you could go and get first class or business class. I mean, that's on you. You know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of stuff that I talk about, yo. Like, it's just the greed of it all. Like, dang. Every little thing, we got to go and nick. Every little thing. Like, dang, I can't just go ahead and sit. Literally, I can't just sit down. Like, I literally can't just sit. I just want to sit. That's all I want to do. I just want to sit down. That's it. I don't want to have to do anything else. I just literally want to sit down in an airplane seat. That's it. The economy, like I said, is so like, you're like, oh. And then, of course, you don't want to touch whoever this random person is right next to you. So you're trying to be like extra. I had my little blanket because I had to in my blanket. I had my little blanket and I'm over here like, it was, I needed it in a certain way because I was cold. I was like, I don't want to like, hit this person. And I'm like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you already got that. And then them Delta comforts. Okay. You get a little bit more leg room, which I will agree. I will say, okay, if y'all get them, as long as you speak the language, English is what I know. Okay. But as long as you speak whatever the language is and you understand and you're coherent in your mind, body, and spirit, go and get that dang exit seat. Okay. Y'all, my leg, I was like this. I was, ooh, yeah. I was like, yeah. I was stretching my leg out. I was like, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. I was like, oh. Oh, all right. I was enjoying it. Now, you do have some where they'll have like 3 seats, 1, 2, 3. And like these 2 seats have a seat in front of them. But this one, because I'm a window person, okay? Because I got to sleep in. Okay, I'm a window person. I cannot do that middle seat. I really don't want to do the aisle because my head will be bobbing all up in there. Okay, I fall asleep. So this seat right here, I was on in that little row. I was the only one that had the leg room, right? Oh my goodness, yo. I was so freaking happy. My legs were stretched out. I was like, oh, thank goodness. I was so comfortable. And I could tell the person next to me was probably feeling a little jealous because they were like, it was a big, they were bigger than me. And they were just like this. I didn't care, man. I paid for the seat, at the end of the day. But, if you can, try to get those seats, okay? But at the end of the day, I just don't like seeing all this greed. I mean, dang, you're on a however long flight. Let's say your flight is 3 hours, 4 hours, which some people may say, okay, that's not that bad. But if you got one of them 10-hour flights, you really trying to be like, oh, well, let me. Then if you got to use the restroom, I've never used a airline, like an airplane restroom. I'm nervous. You know what I mean? I just like, I don't know if I really want to, you know what I mean? I don't know if I really want to do that. But I had to hold it one time. I was like, I'm not doing it. But like, if you have like a longer flight or whatever, and then let's just say you just got to use restroom because for whatever the reason is, you did not use it prior and you were drinking all the margaritas, okay, and the martinis. But if that's the case, then you gotta, oh, well, I gotta use the restroom. Do you mind? And then now everyone's over here getting annoyed, And if you're one of those people that gotta constantly use the restroom, get an aisle seat. Oh, I want to see the view. No, the view is the restroom. Go and get that dang aisle seat and then call it a day. But I just do not like what I'm seeing with these airlines and everything that they're doing. You got some of these airlines, they be letting everyone put their check bag. I mean, not the check bag, put their luggage up at the top. Some of these people's bags, I'm like, y'all stuff is as big as my check bag luggage. How are y'all getting through? And they just let them go. I see some people. There was one video that went viral, and the chick, she they said, I think she, I don't remember if she had like Frontier or whatever, but they said no, you can't, because your bag, it needs to be a checked bag. She's like, it's not. And then she took the wheels off just so it could fit into the, if you gotta take the wheels off and then scrunch it and go like this and beat it, your bag is too dang big. Let's call it a day. Okay, your bag is too big if you gotta do that. And then she tried to, she was yanking it out to be like, yeah, it's good. Girl, if you gotta do all that, you could have just checked your bag in. Okay, I don't know what all airlines y'all got, but I know mine, I don't have to pay for the check bag, so maybe you need to switch airlines if you're gonna be having these big bags. Okay, but y'all, I find this to be absolutely ridiculous. But let me know what y'all think about this down below.